YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the web for all things geeky and cool. And welcome guys to another Funko review. A particular pop I really wanted for a while now, and I found him on a toy hunt, which I have not yet aired. We'll be putting that video up shortly. And we're talking about the Batman Red Death pop, part of the Batman 80th anniversary wave. This came out several months ago. I knew about this pop that was coming out, and I really wanted this Batman pop. Now, if you follow my channel for a while, you kind of know I stumble across Batman pops all the time. I'm not really going out for an intent to find them in a toy hunt or buy them for any particular reason. This pop I wanted because I really liked the Dark Knight Metal series as far as a few of the key characters, the Red Death being one of the ones I liked the most next to Dawnbreaker. If you're not familiar with the Dark Knight Metal series, it was a set of comics that DC put out in 2017-2018, part of the New 52 run. The idea was basically a multiverse where different Batman, different characters of Bruce Wayne, was kind of turned evil, and they kind of merged to had an amalgam with a Justice League counterpart. In this case, you had Batman, Bruce Wayne, combined with the Flash. He literally stole the Speed Force to become a character called Red Death, which is right here to the cover for Red Death #1, which is a standalone one-shot book. Very, very cool book. The idea of him becoming, linked with the Speed Force is a very cool concept. Very, very different. I highly recommend maybe even just reading that book, maybe as a standalone, maybe the Dawnbreaker. Those are the two I really liked most coming out of the 6-issue story arc in 2017 to 2018. I do like the Red Death character, and I really wanted him. So that being said, we're going to do a full breakdown of this particular pop. We'll look at the packaging as a whole. We'll look at paint, articulation, and conclude final thoughts for you, the viewer. Should you spend the money and pick up the 80th anniversary Pop Heroes number 283 Batman Red Death pop? Stay tuned, guys. We'll go into a breakdown. All right, guys, we're in our breakdown segment looking at the Pop Heroes number 283, part of the DC Superheroes 80th anniversary Batman Red Death pop. And the very first thing we do in a breakdown segment is look at the packaging and presentation. First thing right off the bat for the packaging goes, it's this black packaging with the gold leaf emblazoned Batman logo number 283 and Pop Heroes. Looks really, really cool. Nice shot of him right here. Nice window box display. PF exclusive, which is usually you get at specialty stores, let's say FYE or comic stores. These are usually limited. Don't take this as a fact, but it's usually about 20,000, 25,000 pieces, limited runs for these sort of pops. I really like this black packaging. It really gives the pop a pop feel to it. It's different packaging. I love the way it looks. Again, we have the 80th anniversary logo right there and the Batman Red Death. It might be hard to notice, but it's gold lettering. It's right there. It looks really, really cool. We come over here, nice side shot of Red Death in his running pose. Pop Heroes at the top. Over here, a very good shot of the Batman lettering right there. And again, the gold trim right across the top, number 283. And you might see the Batman Red Death right there. It's not coming across really, really well on camera, but it is gold lettering, sort of gold leaf effect. I do like the way it looks. And the back of the packaging, you have, again, Red Death right there. A nice shot of the Batman 80th anniversary logo. Very cool looking packaging. Really like the way this packaging looks as a whole. Let's get this guy out of packaging and continue the breakdown segment. As we have our Batman Red Death pop out of packaging. The very first thing you would do when you take a pop out of packaging is look at the paint and articulation. First, right out the gate, the way this pop looks. The sculpt and the paint is impeccable. I love the way this pop looks. In this sort of burgundy looking red color, it looks very, very cool. Also, he's in this really neat dynamic pose. Most pops don't have this sort of pose. Most of them are usually static poses. Sometimes they might have a figure stand, as you see the Red Death pop has right here, which we'll talk about that shortly, because I think this is both a pro and a con of this pop. Let's get a closer look at him so you can see what he really looks like. Very cool looking wings on the side of his helmet, which are of course bats, reminiscent of Flash's sort of wings that he has on his mask. He looks really, really cool. This sort of armored-esque look of him. It looks like he has sort of like body armor. Very similar to, let's say, a Batman suit, but a little bit different. I do like the insignia right there, a close-up shot of it. That looks really cool. It's sort of silverish highlight. The mask looks really neat. I do wish that instead of having this the red eyes here, maybe they could have made it black, because you're having red eyes with a red suit. It looks a little bit odd to me. Next, if we go down the pop here, is the lightning bolt that's kind of coming off of his arm right here, kind of spin around over here. This lightning bolt effect, which kind of trails down this part of the pop, and it comes down to the feet, this leg here. I'll take it off the stand so you can see what I'm talking about. He has this base lightning bolt right here, which I think is both a positive and negative. It looks really, really cool. What makes it even cool is a translucent effect. I don't know if it comes across on camera really well. But this is sort of a crystal see-through effect here for both the blazing effect for the flash sort of effect here for the Speed Force, and this lightning effect that trails up the character's arms and goes to this arm as well. It looks really, really cool. Your question you might ask yourself is, can he stand without the figure stand? And the answer is yes, but it's very, very shaky. It's, as you see, right, he fell right there. If you don't really move the pop, it works. That's why you need this figure stand. It's a one peg stand. It plugs into let me find it right here, right there, the middle of the page is one peg post that you just simply plug in. I'll do it right now for you guys so you can see me doing it. Plugs right in, very easy, and he stands with no issues now. But you really need this figure stand to really get the most out of this figure. I do wish, even though the running stance is very, very cool, you see him like it's an action pose. He's coming right at the viewer when you're looking at it right here in this position. The problem, he's very, very thin. The body gets very, very lanky and very, very small and slender because of this running pose he's in. If the legs were in a different stance, if the legs were just straight down like this, that it would change the way this pop would feel. I think it's good and bad because of the running pose with the legs are spaced out like he's in the middle of running, but it causes the instability of the pop. That's what I was getting with both a pro and a con. I think it looks really, really good. There are some highlights, I didn't mention it here, on the side of the mask, right here on both the left and right side and across the back of it right here. If you're going to ask me about articulation, there is articulation. The head will spin 360, as you see here, with no hindrance. So I think that's very, very cool as well. I do really, really like the way the pop looks for that transparency. I can't get over it. It looks really, really good. And with that being said, let's go to final thoughts and wrap up this video. Alright guys, final thoughts on the Pop Heroes number 283, part of the DC Superheroes 80th Anniversary Batman Red Death Pop. Would I recommend buying this pop? If you like the Dark Knight Metal series, if you like Batman, also if you like Flash, this might be a pop up your alley. It's a very cool pop. Again, to mention the breakdown segment, there's some pros and cons to this pop with the kind of the running pose he's in, his kind of slanky body. You need that figure stand to really pose this figure. I love the way he looks though. I think the cool burgundy suit with the inlays, the cool bat ears, which is reminiscent to the Flash's ears themselves, the lightning bolt going over his arms and through his feet to make his base. Yes, you can pose him without that figure stand, but it's very, very tricky. He usually falls down a lot. But I really recommend this pop. I love the packaging. I love what they did, what Funko did with this pop. I highly, highly recommend it. I have Dawnbreaker, I have, in this case, Red Death now, and I have the Bat Who Laughs. So those are the three pops that I really wanted out of the Dark Knight Metal series. I do hope you like this video review of Pop 283 Batman Red Death. Remember to click the like button at the bottom page, click the subscribe button. When you subscribe to the channel, click the bell to kind of be notified of my latest videos. And of course, last but not least, you can click Windows over here to watch more of my videos. Take care, guys. See you next video, and bye-bye.